Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Nicholas Lion Rider. I am joined today with Minty again. He's been
Hey,
in
how's
the
it going?
last few
Um,
videos I've done. And today I decided, okay, Australia DLC's out. I've done all my little, like, reviews slash tangents and stuff. Let's actually, play with the DLC. So I decided I would do a little bit of a minor speed build. I know other creators are doing like entire series based off Australia and stuff, and I mean, I don't know, I might do that, but like I thought, it's better to just kind of maybe do like one kind of full zoo video that does the entire overview of the entire zoo at once, and it, covers all the Australian animals. And
yeah,
then I can just kind of move on to, other stuff.
I think this would be great to see on the workshop as well. Like, it's just a nice little like. If you want to see all the Australian animals, you can just download this. You have all the enclosures built. It's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Because yeah, I basically just decided like, okay, what was something, that was just kind of quick that I could do. So I didn't really go in with much planning for this build. So it was literally like, okay, I just kind of want to like show off the Australian animals. So I basically started out. All I knew is that, okay, well, I do want to put the crocodile somewhere because, like, even though the saltwater crocodiles aren't part of this DLC, they're still like kind of like an important part of
yeah,
like Australia,
Australian. Yeah,
and they're the only ones that are actually, from Australia in the base game. So
yeah.
I
I mean,
decided
you've
to,
got a couple of exhibit animals as well, but like,
yeah, like
it's,
as main habitat animals.
yeah,
So I don't know if you guys have now seen my my prop tier list, but I am even though like some of these props were ranked pretty low or whatever, it doesn't mean that I don't like them, and so I am using a lot of them, regardless of whatever. Because like I said, I think they work well in zoos like this that are all themed around Australia. So if you really want like an Australian zoo, um, they work really well. Um, as a staple of my channel, of course, I'm messing with the water system and fighting with it as always. Um,
as per
because
usual.
and I'm using like some of the new paths and stuff. I really like the railing on the earth path. I like the
Yeah,
like
I
kind
love
of
that
wall.
as well. I was so surprised when I saw that. I was saying like, oh my god, is that like included in the power? Did you put that on
Yeah, I know.
the on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
really
You can
nice?
literally
Yeah.
just put the enable railings, and then yep, it'll automatically put it on. And like I said,
Yeah,
I
I
really
love this sign as
yeah, I
well.
love the
Ah, just
Australian sign. So I just wanted to like
if
throw
they had
that
this
out
for
there.
every continent, that's where it's at.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. If we just got like a matching set for like all the other continents, that would be really good.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
you can make like a giant world map then
hmm
with all the different. Oh,
yeah, and like so
go on Frontier, give us what we want.
like I said, like right now I'm just kind of like I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm literally like just like, okay, I want some kind of animal in the center. I didn't know what. At first, maybe I was
I think I
thinking,
just kept shouting dingo. It's like
yeah,
dingo, dingo, dingo,
because
dingo.
at first
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, maybe this should be the kangaroo enclosure because kangaroos are kind of like the big thing. But then I was like, I don't know, dingoes, sure, why not? Like I
Yeah.
knew I was gonna include all the animals anyway, so it didn't really matter what. Now the dumb decision I did here, and I kind of designed this wrong because I designed this sort of like a Zoo Tycoon 3 build, where I have a path, circling around the entire
Yeah, yeah.
exhibit on
It's like
all
where do you put
sides.
the gate?
Yeah, exactly. So in a few minutes, you see me like I have to like literally like destroy half of the path because I was like, oh wait, yeah, I need a gate to like put the stuff in. But I think it worked out in the end. And like again, I'm just messing around with a lot of the blueprints. I didn't want to do any custom buildings for this build just because I thought that would just be like as much as I love the building pieces, it's easier just being like, okay, yep, Australian,
Yeah, you
keeper
get
hut,
to show off the new
the
huts and
blueprints
all
and
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best ones they've ever gotten in the game. Like some of them look really beautiful.
hmm
Like the decorations in them especially, like really, really nice.
Yeah, I really like at first I was like a little bit hesitant when people were talking about like, oh, it's gonna be like based off the kind of like metal junk town type,
Yeah, I think they
look.
did it really well. You know, because it doesn't just look like a scrapyard. Like there's some really nice pieces in here.
Yeah, I think it's
And
basically like it represents that kind of like style with like a little bit of class, if that makes any sense.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like they managed to like have it work with like the rusted roofs and stuff, but it still
Yeah,
looks
like
like
look how nice this looks. It's like a shack, but it's like it has like a nice aesthetic to it, I guess you could say. Like if you're one of those people in the area, it's like, oh my god, imagine
Yeah, I think it looks
that. Like one
really
of those
good
people,
though.
yeah, yeah. I think it
Um,
looks fantastic. They did a good job on it.
I tried placing down the vending machine. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get much use out of them in my
Oh
own
no, I don't like
builds.
it. You place them down, yeah. Like you have to place them like on the part and all that. It's just
Yeah, because especially like as far as like my builds and stuff that I usually just do custom stuff anyway. So
yeah,
like
yeah. I still think Rudy's vending machine probably looks better.
mhm.
It's more useful as well, like just to put something in the corner,
Yeah, exactly.
like
Like I had
decoration.
yeah because I still did like the Pepsi machine and stuff, and like that was also like
Yeah, yeah,
um like yeah just easier and better looking for like a realism sense. Like I said, for like a fantasy, like this is very much a Planet Zoo that I'm building. Like
yeah.
where
Exactly. It looks like something from the trailer where it's just they don't use any custom fences. It's all just the ones in game. They don't use any like custom buildings,
yeah,
like
exactly.
prefabs and stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen you like build something like this before. Like it's always like really well planned out and all. It's nice seeing people using what's already in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it was kind of like a
Yeah,
breath of fresh air for me because yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I am known as like oh, I'm the super realism guy. You want to get the hyper real
yeah.
or
Everything's the recreation, but this is just you were able to do whatever you want. And I think it worked out fantastic.
yeah, exactly. It's like, and that was the other thing is like, as much as I like Atlas Park as well, like that was like another thing where it's like, yeah, just the headaches of mods. Like, everything has to be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
custom modded, and everything has to be big and grand. It's kind of
And it
nice
also
just
it
building
doesn't feel
something
like a
that's like,
zoo
yeah,
either. It's
exactly.
like
It feels like I was just building like a giant,
yeah,
build of everything. When like, yeah, this
yeah,
is
yeah.
sometimes you just want a
Like
small little koala
yeah, you just
exhibit,
want to
like,
do a zoo. Yeah, that's what I'm working on as well at the moment. I'm just building like a tiny, like not tiny, but it's like the enclosures aren't wild. It's just
mhm.
it's subtle. It feels like a classic zoo that like it feels like Southwicks. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, nice little zoo.
Yeah, because I really like, like doing some of these like smaller enclosures and like, so
Yeah,
I
'cause
just
they're
placed down two
simple and
koalas and like it's funny how I didn't even get to like really look at the animals until at the end. And like at this point I
yeah,
was like, oh look, they can actually climb up trees. Oh my god! And I was like so impressed,
yeah,
but then I moved on because I was like, okay, time to do this half.
yeah. That's
Now,
everyone with this DLC. Whoa, look at koala. Okay, next DLC,
yeah.
you want European badger.
Now this
Oh, like,
exhibit, this is probably
oh,
my
this is
favorite.
fantastic.
This is
Yeah,
my favorite exhibit that I've done for this build, which was the cassowary. And basically, I obviously placed down a bunch of grass, and at first everyone's like, is that really what the grass looks like? And cassowaries obviously live in like the tropics of Australia. And so
yeah,
I was like, okay, how do I turn this into a jungle? So at first I started placing down some of the mossy rocks, because again, I feel like I never get to use those from South America. But then I thought of this, where from the South America DLC they added like the new leaf bedding and stuff. And I'm like, oh, if I
yeah. Like
place that
leaf litter.
around and then cover this entire area like in like kind of like dense trees and stuff, it can kind of work as a pseudo jungle
Yeah,
environment,
like
even in a desert environment. So even though
yeah. I
this is a
remember like
desert, like it looks really good as a jungle.
yeah. When you were finished this, I just remember like you went. I was like, oh my god, it looks like Jurassic Park with like the electric fence and everything in the
Yeah,
jungle. Yeah, you were like
but
so excited about it.
but like yeah,
I think it looks fun.
because again, yeah, I think it like it's as far as like making a tropical style environment inside of again this desert, which basically the palette for all the terrain options are tan, 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 and white. Like it's
Yeah,
so it's kind of nice that like with that bedding I can just be like, oh yeah, look, we can just spray down a little bit of like greenery and stuff, and it works. And I tried placing down the water thing in here, and then I eventually went, oh no, I'll just turn it into a fountain, because I really like this new water dish just because of how blue the
yeah.
water is.
You got some, yeah. Some
Um,
blue ass one.
yeah. Um, cause yeah, it just looks really nice, and like I like those signs and stuff, and I placed down a cassowary statue.
Yeah.
and I had some
I
like.
wish you could get them for every animal. Like if you could get that for like a tiger and the tiger's roaring or something, that would be.
Mhm. So I tried like even using some of the weirder stuff like this, which is like a painting. So I was like, oh, what if it's like on an easel or something like presumably that's what it would be, like, some like an artist, went to the zoo and drew a cassowary or something.
Yeah.
So I made
No,
like.
we have something like this in Dublin Zoo.
Mhm.
I think it's Catherine de Courcy, and she painted all the animals, so a lot of the signs have the custom paint. That's why I like this. If
Yeah.
they'd that's another thing. It's like if it was for every single animal in the game, I would love this. This would be great. But the
Mhm.
fact that it's only the cassowary and lizard, I think, that's
Yeah.
what really brings it down.
Yeah, I think that is there a kangaroo too? I forget. There's one other, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the mosaic. Yeah, it's the cassowary, the
Yeah.
lizard,
Yeah.
and the mosaic. Um,
Yeah.
but another thing that I've been liking is just playing around with ideas of like little naturalistic,
Yeah. Like diorama.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, just to match the watercolor of the water dish, I decided to use just primitive pieces, which apparently, according to the blueprints that Frontier has provided, is what they also, acknowledge that, making blue primitive pieces actually looks better
Yeah.
than
I
like
yeah.
trying to
I
mess with
remember when
water
you found that.
sometimes.
Yeah. You were like, oh, is this blue water? Oh no, it's just primitive pieces.
Yeah, but I respect it because weirdly enough, it really does look the best if you're gonna go for like
Yeah.
that shade of blue. Um,
Yeah. And
so
also, try doing that with real water. It's like it's a pain trying to get everything to look
exactly,
like
yeah.
positive.
Like it's almost easier just like just place down some
Yeah.
primitives, color them all the same thing, and they look really good. Even from a distance and stuff, like where normal water will sometimes fade out. Again, just cleaning up because the cassowaries escaped for a minute. So I just kind of decorated
It's just
it
like
with.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, decorated it with more jungle. Um, and then he got stuck, so then I had to move him. Then
Yeah.
here just to kind of like make it blend in, I add more of that tree. I don't know what that kind of Australian bush is, like the elephant ear style. I don't know what it is, but it
Oh,
looks really
the
good.
type of ferns. Yeah, I remember. Sam was on the call earlier. He was talking about it,
Yeah, I
and he was,
really
"Oh, I'm
like
so
those.
happy they added these."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh, they're
really
fantastic.
love
That's
them.
exactly what I want. Yeah.
So I know this isn't again part of the normal Australian DLC roster, but I wanted to do a nice crocodile enclosure, and I actually this is probably my second favorite build from this, just
Oh
because
yeah, I love
as
the
a
bridge and
as a
everything.
practical zoo build, this is probably one of the best enclosures. Except for this part where like I was trying to make a null barrier, and because I had to mess with the water system, it was like the height was also off. It just didn't want to place down null barrier, so I had to like add a little divot here just to like connect it up, and it was a mess. But I eventually get the water back in, everything's fine. So
Yeah. Yeah.
once I got that, like the reason I liked this build so much is I basically have like 3 different viewing areas, and I think all of them are all equally good, which is rare.
Yeah, like I love how you go into the castle where you can just get like a little peek of the crocodiles.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was like at first that this was an accident, and then I was like, wait a minute, I could just like delete this and just add another path here, and then there you go. Now there's a new viewing area. So then I added like a little thing here, and then I used a few of the new Australian fences because I do like
Yeah.
them. So this is like a rusted fence that I really like. So that's one viewing. This is the main viewing, of course, and this is like a standard iron fence. At this point, I think I realized that I need to put some trash cans in because look at how dirty the
Yeah.
ground is.
Yeah, I turned all of that off. The minute I start a new zoo, just everything gets turned, like all the
Yeah, like
disabled
the
pandas and
annoying
disabled,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
just yeah. It's like I just want to build, I don't care about running the
But yeah, so then I spawn in like 20 crocodiles, and then the last viewing is over by the what's it called? Kind of like food court
the
area.
dingo dips, yeah.
Yeah,
Or dingo digs even.
digs. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically it was just like a mini food court. Then I just connect up the crocodile area to where it is. And again, I was
Yeah.
just trying to have everything line up the best it could. So there's
I
no
love that rock so much.
yeah, there's no
The
crocodile
design
rock,
on
but I
it,
think
yeah.
the lizard rock kind of like
Yeah,
it looks like a
that's the same
crocodile.
thing. Yeah.
Um, the crocodiles couldn't get out, so I had to make them a ramp. Then, they were able to get out by going under the bridge. Then I had to like kind of think of like clever ways to like make it seem like the river like it wasn't just abruptly ending, um,
Yeah.
while also
It just
making
got
it
into like a rocky kind of area.
yeah, just so that they couldn't escape. So then I added some elephant grass because everything can't get around elephant grass. And it also helped just break up the kind of orangeness of the rest of the
Yeah, I
build.
think it looks really accurate to like a creek in Darwin, which is this town like right up in the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Let's see. I think around this time. Oh, this is when I realized that I didn't turn off
Oh yeah.
animal death. So all of
Yeah,
my
you were
all of
looking
my
out for the
dingoes,
koala, and
yeah,
you're like,
all of my
"Oh, it
dingoes
died."
died of my dingoes and koalas died of old age. So I had to
Yeah.
get a new set of dingoes. I think 2 new
And they were all white.
cassowaries, and yeah, and that was the other thing
Yeah.
is then all the dingoes were white, and so at first I thought it was like a texture glitch. But yeah, no, just I coincidentally just got all white dingoes, and
Yeah.
not a single one was like the standard orange that you think of.
Can you imagine if that's like a rare feature?
Yeah, I got like I got literally like 6 of them in a row.
Yeah, it's like getting like a black jaguar on the
Yeah.
at the market. Yeah.
So so I built this whole enclosure thinking
Oh, the disappointment in this.
that
is-
kangaroos were a walkthrough animal. Because I thought, why would they not be? They're like kangaroo walkthroughs were even in the trailer. And so I built this whole thing with the assumption that kangaroos were a walkthrough animal. And I didn't think it was like a super sophisticated build. It was just like it's a little path, and the kangaroos are gonna have some
yeah,
space
it's
to.
like it's realistic to how. It is
Yeah,
in
yeah, they
real
can
life.
hang out. If they don't want to be, near people, they don't have to.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like little areas with shade and stuff, and then I don't know why I didn't think of this like as I'm watching the people go in and immediately coming out. I also found a use for the cassowary sign because I basically just used the top half of the design for it.
Yeah, I think that sounds great.
Yeah, and then just I just took a normal kangaroo and then added like kangaroo walkthrough. Then again, I don't know why I'm paying attention to the sign as I'm watching
Oh, it was
everyone
so funny
screaming.
when you finally found out.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
I'm
no,
watching everyone
when you finally
screaming.
found out, you like because you have a pretty neutral accent, but
Mhm.
like when you found out, you went like full like New England. You're like, wow, wow.
Yeah.
The way you said, I swear, it was so funny.
Yeah, because yeah, I was so disappointed in that, and I
Yeah.
think I
Oh, me too.
still
I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
because I don't think I even realized it even up until this point. Because at this point, I'm just adding like signs for all the exhibits. So like this is like, oh, I'm adding a cassowary, sign or whatever.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm.
and I'm
people
just
were
thinking
saying-
that it's working. And again, I just didn't pay attention. That was literally
Yeah.
the issue.
No, people keep saying, oh, but it's a red kangaroo. It shouldn't be a walkthrough. I'm like, I went to a zoo last week that had like this giant male red kangaroo just hopping around the place, like free roaming.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Because as
Yeah,
far as
Makes no sense.
every zoo that I've been to with kangaroo walkthroughs, they have both red and gray kangaroos. So that was where
Yeah.
I was like,
So stupid.
really? That's that's not really an issue. Like I know red
And you
kangaroo
can't say-
males are a lot bigger than gray kangaroos,
Yeah.
but they're not that much more dangerous. Like
Yeah, and you can't say, oh, well, Planet Zoo's going for realism because the okapi's a walkthrough animal. Like, are
yeah,
you
that's
kidding me?
true. Yeah, because like I said, like
Yeah.
but if they're going for realism, real zoos have kangaroos as walkthroughs.
Yeah, I remember they did the same thing with the llama.
Oh, I do want to
people, like,
mention this.
complaining.
I made a dingo statue out
Oh,
of
this was
the
so smart. Yeah.
out of the wolf statue because I was like, oh look, if I just make them orange, look now it's a dingo. So I really liked that little thing that I did.
Yeah.
And then I did this
Wow.
little sign because I wanted like some sort of custom stuff. It's not really that custom per se. It's just kind of using like all the pieces and kind of smashing them
Yeah.
together.
I think it looks nice.
But yeah, I just wanted to add like a little. That little pause is me trying to figure out what I should name it. At
Yeah,
first, I was
Dingo
thinking, yeah,
Diner,
I was thinking
Dingo
Dingo
Digs.
Diner, Dingo Cafe, oh, Dingo Digs, sure, why
Yeah.
not?
No, I
It,
was saying like the Dingo restaurant. Please keep all babies by your side.
yeah.
Oh, the dingo took my baby.
And then I add a little hamburger, you know, just a little custom
Yeah.
sign using the existing props. And then again, since I really like the naturalistic look and I wanted some like color in this area that wasn't orange, I made a little
Yeah.
pond again that, you know, unfortunately
Yeah, really using
people
those primitive
people can
pieces.
walk through because I can use that technique that a lot of people do where you place down like trash cans and stuff and then they'll ignore it, but I just didn't even bother. Um, and then for some reason, it wasn't selecting all of the pieces at once, which I don't understand because they're literally all the same piece. So I literally had to manually go in and change the color of each and then just kind of put it in place. And then there you go. Wow, blue water. And just add a little bit of greenery. And that pretty much wraps up this video, though. So I hope you guys enjoy the Australia DLC and this video. And you can check out some of the animals, you know, that are featured in this build here. I have, you know, the koala and the kangaroo and stuff. But yeah, you know, let me know if you want more builds like this, where it's just like one-off
Yeah, like
zoos.
suggest areas of like planet Earth, I guess, you know, like the Congo,
Yeah, Africa,
Southeast
yeah,
Asia, India,
Asia,
yeah, all that.
China. Yeah, I could do a bunch of these.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
See you guys.